Hi, I'm John Weinman. I work for SIBA Solutions in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm here with Jason Vogel, the owner of Itasca Wine Spirits, and today we're going to cover about some changes that we've done to his store and some of the results that followed. And do you want to go further into the North Loop area and kind of the guest that shops?
Sure. So North Loop, great little neighborhood just outside of downtown Minneapolis. Really good mix of clientele. Ton of condos and apartments in the area. So we have clientele ranging from late 20s, early 30s that are young professionals, all the way to retired people or second or third homes. Absolutely phenomenal group of clientele that we have, but it's eclectic, so we have to try to fit both demographics.
And then do you want to kind of go over the history of your store? So it's been like 4 years, right?
Yeah, so I've been in business just over like the 3.5. Wasn't in the wine business before. I was a country club GM. When I moved to Minneapolis, wanted to do something different, wanted to work for myself. So I opened it. It's been an amazing learning process, going from country clubs into the wine industry, but super fun. And with the help of these guys, I know we're going to move forward in a really good direction.
So what were the biggest challenges that you saw when we first started?
So when we first started kind of looking at the shop, I didn't have a good understanding of how to lay it out. So it was a little bit choppy. Things were, tequila wasn't next to bourbon. The mixers were on the other side of the shop. So when they came in, we really tried to kind of look at the layout. Certain shelf space dead, based on their analysis. And so we've been trying to figure out the best use of the square footage. It's not the biggest store on the planet, but we've used every inch that we can.
Then did you notice any changes on how your guest now shops certain sections? Do they go into more of the store?
I feel like we definitely focused on the flow so that people had to walk past items maybe they don't usually purchase to get to the ones they always purchase. And we found that on occasion, they pick up something and go, ooh, I haven't seen this before, because they always went to one corner of the shop instead of having to kind of flow through to a different area. So it's kind of fun to see them explore different options.
So one of the main areas that we changed were the coolers, and we did find some interesting insights specifically on craft beer. Do you want to go a little deeper into that?
Yeah, so what we learned with their analysis of my beer fridge, we got about 13 doors, is that local craft beers, and that seems to be the trend lately, everybody is very proud of where they live, they want to support local. And so we were a little more heavily focused on national brands, and we found that going local with local breweries and supporting local has driven beer sales through the roof.
What are some of the brands that have grown
So
that you're seeing people buy?
Well, brands in our neighborhood beer-wise, we got Prize, Steel Toe, up north a little bit, you got Castle Danger up in Duluth.
Perfect. And then another insight that we found in the cooler was the decline of malt beverage seltzers and an increase in RTD cocktail seltzers. Do you want to go a little deeper on what brands were driving growth?
Sure, so we're seeing in the market, now High Noon's always been a leader for the last couple of years, but now we have Surfside coming in, Sun Cruisers, a big one, Cutwater. So all these things have started to really grow. We've learned with the younger generation, they like variety. They don't want to drink the same thing over and over. The older generation, they drank Bud forever, they never changed. Younger people, they want something different.
Yep, constant newness. So another big part of our changes were reducing low productivity SKUs. Did reducing assortment make you nervous at all?
Without a doubt, because we do have certain customers that on occasion will come in and buy something, and you hate to eliminate their favorite product, but we had to look at the bigger picture. What's selling the most, and what's the best bang for our buck to have in the cooler or on a shelf, and not just focus on one person. It's about making the majority happy.
So can you walk us through some of the changes and challenges that you saw in your spirits category?
Sure, absolutely. So when they first came in, kind of had spirits throughout the store. They weren't all together. It was a little bit choppy. And so we put them all in the same place. But in doing that, we also focused on making sure that high dollar items, high theft items were highly visible to the staff from the registers and from all over the store. That was a big, huge change. We also, next to the spirits, we added all the mixers, and we've seen the pop in mixers go up dramatically because they're like, oh, I got a Crown, I need Coke, or I need another mixer for it. And so having similar items or items that go together next to each other was a huge help. I can't believe I didn't think about it before then.
And another big change was adding some end caps to support the spirits section. Did you notice a lift in sales based on seasonality or how the guest is shopping the area now?
So the end caps have been a huge help. So especially with our store, as soon as you come in, end caps are some of the first things you see. Whatever we put on them seems to fly off the shelf, which is amazing. So items that we've had for a year plus that really were hardly ever touched, we put them on the end caps. Now all of a sudden everybody's like, these are amazing. Did you always have them? And I'm like, yep, they were here. They were just in the wrong part of the store where these customers were not going to.
Can you tell us some of the key results that followed since we've made these changes?
So some of the key results, one, sales are up. Sales are up, I think right now 18% in a market or an industry that unfortunately is trending down a little bit. So it's fun to see, to be on the upside of an industry.
And one of the main growth drivers has been spirits, which is up now 40%. Would you say that's due to some of the changes we've made, or have you been bringing in a lot of assortment as well?
Absolutely. It's 100% due to the changes we made prior to reorganizing the store. One, putting everything together, all the spirits together with the mixers, like we talked about earlier, was a big thing. But also just the spacing in between and the way the customers are able to see every bottle. Even the lower shelf is visible where before you had to crouch down. So just how we adjusted the store to fit the customer's needs has helped sales grow dramatically.
What are some of the key takeaways that you've learned through the category management process?
So one of the biggest ones, less SKUs doesn't mean less revenue. It actually makes my job a lot easier to not have, instead of 3,000 or 4,000 SKUs, cutting that down 15 or 20%. We have actually seen a lift in sales. The other big thing we talked about earlier, local. Everybody wants local, so going forward in the craft and seltzer world, we'll focus on things in the neighborhood. Everybody's proud of where they live, and so if that's what they want, that's what we're going to provide them. I just want to give a big thank you to the SIBA team. They've been absolutely amazing to work with. Their professionalism, over the top, their understanding of our industry and customers' buying patterns has helped us dramatically. So looking forward to the future. I know there's still some tweaks and things we're going to figure out working as a team. And so the future is bright for us and could be for you guys too.
If you'd like to learn more, you can visit our website, sibasolutions.com, to get some more information on the services that we provide for alcoholic beverages and anything else that revolves around category management.